been shooting photos for maybe 8 or 9 years of my life, mainly digital work. And around June, July last year, the fateful year of 2020, I decided randomly to start shooting film. I've shot film before, not very often though. It was mainly in school and for little classes, maybe 1 or 2 times, developing my own film. And after shooting a couple of rolls of standard, Portra 400, I got really into expired film. So that led me to Etsy and eBay, and I picked up this. It is a little roll of 12 exposure black and white negative film. It's 100 ISO, and it went out of date, I believe, I can't remember fully, it was either 2005 or 2006. It's from a company that doesn't exist anymore. The company name has thus been taken by a medical company in Germany, a company called Mahn. I took this roll of film to Cornwall in, I believe, November, when I had a little just solo trip, just to take some photos for a couple of days. And I sent those photos off to be developed maybe end of November, and I only just got them back yesterday night. It is now, what date is it? It is now the 25th of February. This came back yesterday. I'm finally able to look at how these photos turned out, and I thought I would react to them on camera because I have no other ideas. Sue me. Don't sue me. Don't do that. All taken on the Canon AV1 with the, I believe it's a 28mm? It's either 24 or 28, I can never remember because it doesn't actually clearly say it on this lens. It's a 28mm, it says it right on the front. So it was taken on a 28 f2.8. Let's see how they turned out. I have the iPad. Right, I've not actually looked at these photos yet. I've seen them in their little thumbnail forms as I was transferring them to my iPad. So I've not had a proper look at these yet, so this is blunt reactions to all of it. There are only 11 photos on here, even though there's a 12 exposure roll. I don't know what happened to the last photo, or whether I even took it. So that's a mystery. But anyway, the first photo. Okay, that's not too bad. It's a bit, the only way I can describe it is it's very misty, when it wasn't a misty day. Like, it's not very contrasty at all. It's a very flat image, but I quite like it. Quite a lot of detail actually contained in this. I'm very surprised. There's a few artifacts in the bottom sort of corner, right in the middle. Second image. I'm just going to skip to the next one because I want to see. I think I've somehow created a double exposure by accident in this photo. As you can see on the right hand side, there's some people there, but they're very out of proportion to the size of the building for where they are in the photo, and there's now an ocean there where there shouldn't be an ocean in this photo. But it's not like a clean double exposure, it's halfway across the frame, and I have no idea how I've done that. So that might be where the missing 12th frame went. I mean, it's a cool photo. I think that was just camera error, to be very honest. I mean, fair enough, it looks quite cool. I mean, it'd be a much nicer photo if that whole second frame wasn't halfway across the image, but what can you do? Next photo. Okay, it's just a simple photo. Again, there's a surprising amount of detail in this photo. For film that is like 15 years out of date now, that's not bad. It looks nice. Again, it's just the lack of contrast. Like in the bulk of the photo, the highlights, it's just a very flat image, but it's nice. I don't know why, I really like shooting expired film, and maybe I want to try more. Next image. So this is a high contrast image. I don't know, I quite like it. Like, you can see a lot more, it's not as grainy as I thought it'd be. Like, if you look in the sky, there is a grain there, and there's a few artifacts, which I'm not sure is either from scanning or on the film. I'm not 100% sure because I didn't send it to the best place to get scanned. But I don't know, this image, it looks quite nice. It's still retaining a lot of the detail in the grass and on the rocks and stuff. Again, nothing blowing my mind yet. Next image. Okay, that's quite a nice photo. It's a bit blown out at the top, and there's a lot of artifacting. Like, there's whole chunks missing out that's a castle up there, it's Tintagel Castle. But there are whole chunks of the castle missing up there, where there's not like windows or anything. I know that for many, many years. And I know there are no windows there. So those are literally just chunks of image missing because of the degrading factors of the film. Most of these are just me critiquing my photo taking abilities with a film camera, because I was still very new to it at this point. Okay, that's not bad. Like, a lot of negative space. And you get The only way I can describe this photo is it looks like it was taken in World War II. Really cloudy, overcast day, really grainy image, stupidly high contrast between the ground and the sky. I really like that, actually. Like, I would be able to zoom in to, like... It's retained quite a lot of detail in the church, I'm surprised. You can still see the big window on the side, and a few of the little windows. I do love the overall look of film photo, like expired film photos. You got that film crackle in the middle, a little bit of artifacting on this one. That just looks like it was taken on a dark World War II day in like the 40s in England. Okay, so this one looks like you've just taken that gamma slider and just launched it. It wasn't that much of a foggy day when I was taking this. There's a little bit of sea mist, but not that much. I don't know what's happened there, but it still looks quite cool. It's taken out, again, quite a bit of the contrast, quite a bit of the detail with that sort of misty overlay. It's quite cool though. I'm actually enjoying these photos. Right, what's next? Now I'm questioning it. Was it really a misty day when I was taking this? Again, lots of artifacting in this one. You can see some in the bottom corner there, straight in the middle of the frame. They look like you could see these photos in like a World War II exhibit at a museum. Like the overall style looks like they would be from that sort of era. And that's cool. What's next? Oh. Okay. I actually really like that. Like, it's such a simple, generic shot. But I really genuinely like that. It's such a generic, simple shot that I'm sure hundreds and thousands of people have taken in Cornwall. This is just off, like on top of a cliff, just off the beach in Widmouth Bay. A little monument, right on the edge of the cliff. I really like that. I might get that printed. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I'm gonna get that printed. I like that. Yeah, enough said. Cool. I like that photo. That was easy. Damn. That came out really well. Next photo. Okay, so it's another one from that location, a bit further back in portrait. Don't like this one as much. It's not retained any detail in the ground really, and there's just too much sky. But again, it's a cool looking photo. Again, looks like that sort of World War II style, sort of, there's just about to be an air raid, and the clouds are all like overcast. I don't know. But yeah, again, I do like that photo, but it's just not as good as the last one. Damn, that's a nice photo. That's alright. Alright, next photo. Again, another one of Widmouth Bay, like the other side, the not beachy bit. But again, it looks like I just slid that gamma slider right up. There's a lot of detail on grass and rocks though. So that is literally all the photos on a single roll. And I paid, I think £2 for this. So that's not bad, plus scanning fees. So the general consensus with these photos is that they're very, very dark. And that is probably mainly due to the fact that it's ISO 100 film, and that's designed for midday shooting, bright sun, and it was a pretty overcast day, so it was a nice light, but it was very dark. You'd probably be better off using ISO 160 to 400 more than likely. And another sort of possible downside to that would be that this camera is aperture priority, which means that as I adjust the ISO for the film on the top here to set it as 100, for example, for that film, and I adjust the aperture, the camera is automatically adjusting the exposure in camera. And that could be a problem because it might not have read the film properly. It might not have. So I shot that at 2.8 on some of those photos, and that's a very, very wide open aperture. And that's going to let in a lot of light. And I think the camera was just overcompensating, saying, okay, some of this is really, really bright, like the sky, for example, in a lot of those negative space photos. I'm going to bring the exposure straight down. And I think that did darken out a lot of the images. Not to say it's a bad thing, I do think it looks quite good for the style of photo I was going for. I think with sort of maybe the Canon AE one, where it's a completely manual camera where you can adjust the exposure yourself, I think I probably would have gotten better photos. I will hopefully be getting the AE one very soon so I can use it. This was a good starting camera for my film photography. I could have used a lower f-stop, maybe anywhere between 4 and 8, and that could have potentially helped balance out the exposure a little bit in camera. I did enjoy shooting this expired film. It was a learning curve. It gave me an opportunity to just sort of experiment with the art form. Like, this cost me no more than £3 including postage. For what I got, I'm very happy with. It's a stylized sort of photo. So I got all that 11 frames for £3. whereas I'd be paying about £12–13 up to £15 including postage for a roll of 24 exposures on Portra 400. Yes, the images will be better, but it does start looking like a digital camera's taking it because the quality of that film is so incredible. Like, no one else is going to be able to take these photos, even if they're in the same location that I was in all those photos, taking the exact same frame, exact same camera. Because I'm using expired film, and all the little artifacts and little film burns that this has on it, no one's going to be able to get the same photos. Everyone's going to look different, and I love that. And that, I think, is the best thing about shooting expired film. It's a very, very, like, personal shoot. Well, I think I might, because now I've tried black and white, I'm obviously going to have to try colour, and I will obviously do another video like this. I would actually probably shoot more vlog style stuff and of me actually shooting rather than me just sitting here going, yes, I went to Cornwall but didn't shoot any of it. So yeah, I'll get some expired colour film and I'll make another video in a couple months. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.